Good morning, Year 4, and welcome back to another English lesson based on Kay's Anatomy by Adam Kay. Today we're going to be focusing on exercise. Now, if you haven't already, before you watch this video, I'd like you to go and have a look in Google Classroom at the workout videos that we've put in there. You go to Google Classroom and there's a document with all the links in there for you and a couple of questions for you to think about. All you need to do to find the videos is click on the link and then click on the picture that comes up, okay? You might particularly like the twinkle video because I have a feeling there's someone in there you might recognise. Today we're going to focus on pages 239 and 240 of Kay's Anatomy. So if you have the book, go and get it now. And if you don't have it, don't worry, we're going to read it along together. Here we go. This section is called Exercise. Phones and computer games and TVs are obviously brilliant, but we're using them so much these days that we're doing less exercise than any humans in all of history. Exercise is really important. It makes your lungs and your heart strong, plus it decreases your chances of developing illnesses later in life. And it also makes you sleep better and feel happier. What's not to like? Scientists say that you should spend at least an hour every day doing some physical activity. It needs to be something that makes your heart beat faster, so lifting up a remote control doesn't count. Easy things you can do every day for exercise include walking, jogging, cycling, skateboarding, or fighting an enormous zombie dinosaur that's trying to destroy your city. If you've been exercising particularly hard, then your muscles might feel sore afterwards. This is because you've caused lots of tiny rips in your muscle fibres, but it won't make your leg fall off, probably. When these little rips heal, your muscles will become bigger and stronger. In fact, you've got the same number of muscles in your arms and legs as a weightlifter. Theirs are just bigger. Muscles need protein to rebuild, which is why protein is a really important part of your diet. Right. Get exercising. Superman will be quaking in his cape very soon. And that's what we're going to do this week. We're going to get you exercising and showing other people how to exercise. But first, let's have a look at what Adam Kay's book has taught us about exercise. So look at this section. Pause the video and see if you can find the information that tells us what exercise does for our bodies. Found it? Here we go. So it makes your lungs and your heart strong. It decreases your chances of developing illnesses. Decreases means it means a less chance of developing illnesses when you're older. And also it helps you to sleep better and feel happier. That's a lot of good stuff just from exercise. Now this time I want you to look for the information that tells you what kind of exercise you can do. Pause the video to find it. So exercise needs to be something that makes your heart beat faster. For example, walking, jogging, cycling, skateboarding, all of those things are really good exercise, along with the workout videos that you've watched this morning. All of these videos show good examples of exercises that will stretch your muscles and make them work, including your heart. Today, we'd like you to plan your own workout video. And we want you to include lots of features of these workout videos that we've been watching. But what are those features? Let's look a little bit closer. So the most obvious one is that these exercise workouts need exercises. That's quite an obvious one, but I thought I'd put it on the list just in case you forgot. Here are some examples of exercises you might include. Things like squats or lunges, speed bounce maybe, or even just jogging and sprinting on the spot. You'll also need to include a warm-up and a cool-down. Remember, it's really important that we warm up our muscles and we stretch them afterwards so that we don't hurt ourselves. Here's a graph to show your activity levels during a workout. So at the very beginning of the workout, we start off with just low-level activities, things like stretching, and that gradually works our way up until our heart is beating faster and working harder during our full exercises. And then we cool down again at the end to calm our body down, stretch those muscles again, just to make sure we don't pull anything. Another thing you'll need is simple and clear instructions. You don't want to make it complicated for the people watching your workout video. You need to make sure that everything is clear for them. For example, put your arms by your sides. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Bend at the knees and reach up above your head. These are really simple and clear instructions. But if we think back to instruction writing when we were learning about George's Marvellous Medicine, do you notice the imperative verbs in there? And also the adverbial phrases? We've got put, stand, bend, and reach are the imperative verbs. And then we tell you how, where, or when to do those things. By your sides, with your feet shoulder width apart, at the knees, or up above your head. So all of our learning links together. So today, instruction writing is quite important. Another thing you need to think about is how you're going to tell people how many of each exercise to do or how much of it to do. So you might have a timer going, so you might say we're going to do 30 seconds of this activity, or you might do a countdown. So you might just say we're going to do 10 jumping jacks and then count down from 10 as you do them until you get to 0. It's completely up to you how you do it. You also need to use motivational language, which is just a posh way of saying that you need to encourage people. So examples of that would be things like, let's go, you're doing so well, you've got this, only 3 more to go. You need to encourage people to keep going with the workout and not give up. You might also want to use comparisons as well. We've used those recently as well. For example, you might say to wave your arms like a rainbow or making the shape of a rainbow. Squat as if you're sitting in a chair. Make a star shape or jump like a kangaroo. All of these things help people to understand what it is you want them to do. You might need to include some safety tips. You don't want anyone hurting themselves while they're doing your workout. For example, roll your neck gently. Don't do this exercise too fast. Only stretch until you can feel it start to pull. And if it hurts, have a rest. Now, I'm sure most of those things are things that you've heard us say to you in your PE lessons. It's really important to make sure that exercise is safe so that nobody gets hurt. And the last thing you might include is explanation, using your scientific knowledge that you've learnt to explain why you're doing some of these exercises. What's the point of them? So you might say that an exercise is good for your core strength. That uses your abdominal muscles, particularly in your lower stomach. You might say this will stretch your calf muscles, or you might tell someone that you're doing an activity to get their heart pumping faster. Each exercise in your workout needs to have some kind of purpose to it. So there we go. Hopefully you feel a little bit more prepared now to plan your own workout video. The important thing to remember today is that this is just a plan. You're not writing the whole thing. You're only writing notes or making a list. So the important features we're looking at today are which exercises you're going to do, what you're going to do as a warm up and a cool down, deciding whether you're going to time it in seconds or minutes, or whether you're going to ask them to do a specific number of things. And you might think about your explanation. Can you explain why somebody is doing that exercise? If we look at my example for today, this is all I've written. So I've written my warm up here, and I've just made notes of the warm up activities I'm going to get people to do. I've got 4 main exercises. I'd say a maximum of 5 is all you want. Otherwise, your workout's going to go on too long and people will get too tired. And then my cool down exercises at the end. That's all you need to do today. But think carefully about which stretches and exercises you want to include. Make sure they're ones that you find fun, and other people will enjoy them too. Have fun planning your workout. Remember, you can watch the videos like the Joe Wicks videos back as much as you need to help you with ideas. See you tomorrow. Bye.